my goodness. AEW Dynamite. The place where nothing makes sense, man. If you're looking for answers, don't show up. 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS and Max. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Omega shows up and cuts one of the most disinterested promos, maybe of his entire career. And the basis of his promo was dog shit. It's quite the symbolism there, Mr. Omega. MJF still wants in the Hurt Syndicate. I would prefer my MJF on television not to be a bitch. But I'll let it play out. And somehow I'm supposed to care about 4 guys winning $400,000. I'm sorry, why do I need to care about $400,000 being on the line? Ladies and gentlemen, this show sucks. This company is clueless. And I'm thirsty. I'm going to the venue. Jesse's already there. And when I walk through those doors, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite Post Show for April 9th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Wednesday evening, wherever you may be, joined by the one and the only, the man who has been broken by AEW. Broken. Chi-Town Smart. What's going on, brother?
Not much, brother. Just enjoying my pro wrestling on a Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah, man. It's like you're broken Matt Hardy, bro. You're going to steal his gimmick.
I am. I'm trying so hard not to be broken, man, but it's getting harder and harder.
Yeah.
I feel like I probably would have been broken a long time ago if the community was just if the community wasn't just so overwhelmingly negative all the time. I feel like I'm pushing back harder on trying to join them, but they are making it AEW, making it harder and harder and harder for me.
You know, man, a wise man not too long ago told me to stay off social media so that I can clear my mental state of mind. You know who that was?
Oh, yeah. Bro, I'm not on social media. I'm not. I still am not. And that being said, every time I do open it, just negativity right away. Like, okay, that was it for the day. I'll check back in later tonight. And my God, I mean, how are we proving these people wrong? How are we trying to change the perception? What are we doing here? Are we talking about poo-poo? What was it, Dookie?
We tonight, man, the basis of what their biggest storyline is in the company right now, the soul of the company, the heart and soul of the company, Mr. Kenny Omega, came out, and the basis of his promo was centered around dog shit.
Was it Larry's dog shit? Why is Kenny always surrounded by dog shit?
Oh, my God, man. Listen, man. We're in a little bit of a better mood tonight than we were on Monday morning, where we had 5 hours of our life wasted watching a very, very subpar main event with one of the worst endings in company history. Dynamite tonight, we were looking for answers, Jesse. That was the priority tonight. How do they fix whatever they did on Sunday night, Monday morning, with the ending of that Moxley and Swerve match? Priorities, answers. That's the name of the game tonight, man. Where do you want to go? What do you want to talk about? Me personally, I didn't really care at all about this show. I found it to be very boring. Though there was one thing I actually did like. We'll discuss that when we get to it, but we'll start off with you like we usually do. What was your favorite part of the show? What was your biggest takeaway?
I want to try to start off and remain as positive as possible. I'm going to talk about Toni Storm. Why? Because she was on the show, and everything she does is just entertaining.
Bro, you're becoming as predictable as fucking
I am.
As the big dog Roman Reigns winning a fucking WrestleMania match, bro. What's going on?
I am. I wholeheartedly agree, because because when people turn this stream on, I don't want them to turn it on and the first thing they see, Jesse's complaining again. Jesse enjoyed seeing Toni Storm on his television tonight. That's the first thing they're going to hear out of me. Sorry, man. It's
What is it about Toni Storm that was so spectacular tonight that we need to hear about?
She was on commentary. And let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something, man. I had to watch Collision this week. You want to know who I had on commentary?
Who's
Ricochet.
That? Oh, my God.
Okay? So I appreciate the little things.
Oh, my God, man. They actually made a creative decision to put that man in front of a fucking headset, man. Oh, my God.
They put... Bro, the one thing that they need to keep away from him, they put it right in his face, and then the world expects me to go out and cover the show. But then when I enjoy Toni Storm on commentary, it's like, oh, that's all you can enjoy? I enjoy the little things. I enjoy the little things.
Bro, this show sucks so badly that the biggest takeaway for you was Toni Storm on commentary for a 10-minute match?
Great shit, man. Great shit.
Okay.
Jesse, you are such a pussy. Look at it.
Oh, man.
See this? Sorry. You can't win.
You can't win. You can't win, man. That's not what they're here for, bro. We don't have 3,000 people in here, man, to hear us talk about fucking Tony Storm, okay?
Hey, they are here to see what I got to say, and that's what I had to say. You don't like it.
All right, what else? What else? Yeah, sure. Choke your chicken. What else?
You don't like it. You know what, though, man? I mean, all right, so I don't enjoy the main plot. I don't understand the main plot. I don't understand the subplot behind the main plot. I don't understand where they're going with the Bucks and Kenny and everything.
All right, so tell us why. Why don't you understand it? What's the problem with it, in your opinion? What didn't you like about the words and the direction that they took tonight?
The Bucks left because of the Death Riders.
I know.
And then the Bucks came back to help the Death Riders. But they're not in collusion with the Death Riders. They're still, apparently they did this to try to get in the good graces of the Death Riders. And that was their whole reason. You left for months. And then you came back and made a bold decision to keep the world title on the guy that you left for with no reasoning behind it. Not even knowing if this person would be on board with it or okay with it. That was your plot. That was your plan. And Kenny Omega comes out. Dog shit, poop, dookie. And
bro, do you realize the Young Bucks went away for 4 months to leave Adam Page all by himself to battle the Death Riders? And then they come back. And now they want to be in an alliance with the Death Riders. Do you believe what we're watching here?
But they did what they did for Hangman.
They did what they did for Hangman.
For Hangman.
And then
not seeing that last week.
What happened last week?
It looked to us that Hangman was over this Swerve shit.
Well, I wasn't even going to mention that. They said they did it for Hangman, folks. This is legitimately what their explanation was. They ruined the main event and they prolonged this fucking torture for another 3 months, guaranteed, because they said they did it for Hangman. So they basically did, I did it for The Rock, AEW version. They did.
I was waiting for that line.
They did Rikishi, AEW version. The only thing is, and this is where I'm really befuddled, I'm very confused here, and I thought we hired a creative coordinator to fill in these logic gaps with solid cement so that the pavement is nice and smooth here, bro. But clearly that's not the case. Literally 15 minutes later, Adam Page goes into Swerve's locker room. Swerve is not in there, but Prince Nana is in there, and he looks at Nana in the face, and he says to Nana, I want you to understand this, and I want to make myself perfectly clear. I was not out there Sunday night to help Swerve. Wow. Well, that's some great storytelling there, bro. I would be slightly intrigued if we didn't fucking see Adam Page show up on Sunday and deliver a fucking deadeye to Jon Moxley. Looked like he was helping fucking Swerve Strickland to me. Are you fucking mental? Is this company mental, or am I going fucking crazy? How are you going to have the Young Bucks come out and want an alliance with the Death Riders after all we heard tonight, at least 3-4 fucking times from Tony Schiavone? These guys are the founding fathers of AEW. The founding fathers are watching these fucking hacks destroy the company, and they ran away from them 4 months ago, only to come back and now want to join up with them. And then the first words out of their mouth is that they were praising them for doing something they couldn't do. And that is take the world championship and run the company. Bro, I genuinely lose brain cells watching this fucking show. How the fuck does this make any sense, bro?
It doesn't.
How?
It makes no sense.
Then you got the fucking geeks on like, oh, why don't you give it a chance, JD from NY 206? Give it a chance. I've given this shit 7 months of a chance. You had one priority on Sunday, to take the belt off of Jon Moxley. We didn't need the Young Bucks. We didn't need Jon Moxley retaining. All we needed was Adam Page going after the World Championship. That's it. Winning the World Championship. That's it. Yet you've guaranteed us 3 more months of this fucking nightmare of a title reign, which conveniently, they lied again, because Fightful had a report go out saying that AEW is pleased with the reception that the Death Riders are getting. And they like exactly what's going on here.
No, see, that's a good reason to stay off social media, man.
I'll read it later. I got the fucking thing pulled up here. Bro, none of this makes any sense. Zero sense. And then Kenny Omega comes out, and I swear to God, man, I could not have envisioned a more disinterested Kenny Omega, who basically was put out by these guys. This is what befuddles me as well. He comes back and has no problem whatsoever with anything that had happened to him when they put him out with diverticulitis. Zero. All of a sudden, he comes out there, and he's calm as a cucumber, and he's talking about some fucking friend who had a Shih Tzu, and the Shih Tzu shit on the floor, and he let the shit fester and sit there and stain the carpet. And he went on and on and on about dog shit in the most calm, understanding way that you could. I don't understand how you could be so calm and brisk about what had happened to you. And then he gets into the ring, and in the most uninterested tone, all right, I think it's time for us to fight. Now, are you fucking kidding me?
Now, the passive aggressiveness does not escape me. He was calling the Young Bucks dog shit. You know.
Yeah, he's calling everything dog shit.
Yeah, he was calling the Young Bucks dog shit. So that was his way of retaliating for what they did to him. He wanted to come out and calmly and politely tell them a soliloquy about dog shit, inferring that they were dog shit, and then quietly get into the ring and proceed to declare this is going to be a beat. What are we doing here?
So when the Young Bucks are finally confronted, and the explanation that they gave tonight is not even anything remotely close to making sense. We did it for Adam Page. And when Adam Page calls their bullshit, and then it's the Young Bucks and Okada versus Kenny and Page and Swerve in whatever match they're planning, how is that going to make it make sense? How? Because he just said to everybody, I wasn't going out there to help Swerve. Clearly you were out there to help Swerve because you gave him a fucking deadeye. You gave Moxley a deadeye. So you tell Nana that only to go team with Swerve to battle your friends who apparently said they did it for you. Are we being trolled? Are we being played for fools here? Like, I mean, granted, there's ways to make it make sense, but Jesus fucking Christ, why are you making it so confusing and then making it more difficult for yourself to get to the actual point and make it make sense? Why can't you make it make sense now so that we could all enjoy it? You know what I would have enjoyed? Adam Page winning the fucking Owen and going on to the World Championship. Clearly that ain't fucking happening. Bro, my head hurts, bro.
Moxley was in the ring before the Bucks got there. Moxley's in the ring to have a match with Shibata to open the show. Why? Why is the world champion in the why?
Well, they wanted to put the crowd to sleep within the first 15 minutes. That's why they did that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Moxley put Shibata to sleep, and at the same time, he put the crowd to sleep, man. They killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
So when they got done doing that, he left, and then the Bucks came out to address Moxley and then proceeded to call Moxley out. The Moxley who was just there in the ring, right? The one that left, they went out there to call Moxley out. Then they got Omega, who then gave us the dog shit story.
Yeah.
All right.
You got no answers for this, huh?
No, man.
You got
You didn't
nothing.
expect
You
me to
got
have answers
absolutely
to this
nothing.
bullshit, do you?
Second?
You didn't expect me to have answers for this
Well, you're
bullshit?
a smart man. I don't know.
I don't know. I do not know why they did what they did. It makes no sense. I can't make sense of it. I don't know where it's going. I'm not interested in it. But I'm glad everyone is here to hang out with us and to review this garbage, man, because I have a chip clip in my hand. The chip clip that held my awesome butterbeer goldfish. It broke. I am as broken as this chip clip. I'm broken.
Look at that. You got your own symbolism tonight. Look at that. Kenny Omega's got his dog shit. You got your bag clip.
Look at that.
Folks, I don't know what else to tell you, folks. There'll be some fucking geek in the comment section, guaranteed, or some geek who clips the podcast. Well, JD and Chantel Smock, they don't pay attention, man. Oh, yeah, we pay attention. We were eyes wide open on Sunday watching this shit degenerate into somehow even worse of a storyline. Yeah, here we are. And then the Young Bucks come out and they want to fucking play Rikishi. I did it for The Rock. I did it for Adam Page. Sure thing. Like Adam Page needs your fucking help. Why would Adam Page need your fucking help? He's been battling the Death Riders for the last 3 fucking months. Did everybody forget what happened going into World's End? Now you want to align with them.
Do you understand the...
Oh my God, man! I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
This is so stupid. I can follow the Destiny 2 lore better than this, and I'm so lost in the Destiny lore.
God, man, this show. There's a reason. Clearly, now you know. We asked for long-term booking, man. They're fucking clueless. They couldn't book themselves. Tony Khan couldn't book himself getting out of bed in the fucking morning. Holy shit! That is ridiculous. Kenny Omega will get into the promo. We'll get into what the Young Bucks said in detail. MJF is still wanting to be in the Hurt Syndicate. This is the one thing I actually did like on the show. The only negative is, and this is very weird because we haven't really seen this style and this portrayal of MJF before. He so desperately wants to be in the group, Jesse, that it's actually coming off and making MJF look like a desperate bitch. And I hate saying that because that is so unlike him. But whatever the end goal is, I hope that the payoff erases what we're seeing right now. But tonight didn't really present MJF in a good light, man, especially after what we know he is to this company and what talent he is just in general. I did not like that aspect of what we saw tonight. I don't know what you thought.
I'm at a loss for words, man. I don't know what any of this means. I don't know what they're trying to feed us. I'm not absorbing it. Maybe I'm allergic to it. It's not making any sense. It's not entertaining. I'm in my phone. Imagine how bored I am because I don't like hanging out on social media, but the show on TV is fucking boring and shit. So I'm not just scrolling through social media. I'm eating goldfish. I can't play Destiny because then I'll be really lost. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this shit, man?
I don't know.
What am I supposed to do with this? Make sense of it?
I don't know. And then Tony Khan, like he's in the fucking territory days, going up against Vince Sr. He puts 4 baby faces against 4 heels, and on the line is $400,000.
Money.
Like,
I hope my favorite wrestler wins the money, and then they'll have the money.
Oh,
man.
I can't wait.
Oh my, I can't wait. I can't wait to see Speedball Mike Bailey win $400,000. I don't believe it. He said he's gonna buy new shoes.
What?
Are we fucking? Listen,
What are we supposed?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You want to have a match, and you want something to be on the line so that people won't say, "What are they fighting over?" Well, money, and I'm almost assured that it's imaginary money, and that those 4 men did not win $400,000. All right, but did you tell any additional story with it? Did the heels come and steal the briefcase and steal the money, you know, like Andre the Giant stole the money and threw it to the crowd? You know, was the money taken and then used to do something dastardly late? It's just money. That's it, money. Well, what happens with the money? Money.
How does no one there laugh at how pathetic the leader of this company is? Like, I don't understand how anybody watching this, if you're a fan or if you're a reviewer or a podcaster like we are, I don't know how you look at this and don't call this shit out, man. Why would I, the viewer, care about 4 guys wrestling over imaginary money, $400,000? Now, granted, they said what they were going to do with the money, but it was in jest. It was all a joke. Speedball said he was going to go buy shoes. Mark Briscoe said he was going to fucking enhance his portfolio. Will Ospreay says he's going to Disney World. And I don't know what the fuck Kevin Knight said. He's going to go ride Space Mountain. I don't know what the fuck he did. What he's going to do with the money. Who cares? We can't physically see the money. We don't know the money is there. It doesn't even exist. So why are you asking me to care about imaginary money? If you want to do something in that aspect, why don't you donate money to some charity? Why don't you donate money to the kittens who just fucking had the cat sanctuary on Long Island burned down? Well, I mean, something
we can hold you accountable for.
Something
legitimately hold you accountable for. Yeah, I mean, it was a match. Yeah, it was for money, but we took that money and we donated it, you know, to a good cause, to the local community, wherever town that they're in. I mean, something. I don't know. But
like Jesse said, nothing came out of this match where it furthered any feuds. It started new stories. It was just, yeah, we're going to make this match that doesn't make any sense, but we're going to convince them it makes sense because we're going to put $400,000 on the line. Now, you just told me undoubtedly that the match doesn't make any sense and is not needed. And then you got people online, oh, but it was a fun match. Oh, but it was a great match. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that narrative. I'm tired of that excuse. We saw 10 of the same fucking matches on Sunday night. I'm done with the great matches excuse. That was nothing more than a glorified spot fest for imaginary earnings that are on the line. Or is it in their mind, they got so much money rolling in because AEW is so successful that we got so much of it laying around, we're going to put some on the line and give some extra money to Speedball Mike Bailey.
Was it Mercedes Moné? Was it a Mercedes on a pole match? Was the money donated by a particular wrestler? Maybe MVP put that money up because he wants to see 4 people prove themselves for an opportunity to be in the Hurt Syndicate. I don't fucking know who put the money up and why. What was their motive for putting the money up? And what is the winner going to do with that money that is nefarious to the winner? No, none of that. No, just money.
It's a fun match. I'm not here for fun, man. This is not fun. None of this is fun. None of this show is fun.
I'm here for fun, but yeah, you're right. This is not fun, though.
This show has not been fun since the days of Pepsi Man being there. Give me a break. We're going to get into this show, and we are going to try and do our very best to make sense of this. I don't know. You know, we're very good. I'm very good at what I do. I know that, but even me trying to make sense of this, man. When I watch this shit weekly for 2 hours, I don't know if that's possible. Coming out of Sunday, man, I don't think anything makes sense anymore. Follow us on social media at JDfromNY206, at Chi-Town Smark. Also on Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. I may have to stop uploading on TikTok because I took 3 minutes of that epic godlike rant that we had on Sunday night, and I uploaded 3 minutes of it to TikTok, and it got community guideline strike. It accumulated 200,000 views. It had 15,000 likes and something in the vicinity of like 5,000 bookmarks. And it got taken down because apparently I hurt someone's feelings.
What did the guideline say?
Apparently it was taken down for harassment and bullying.
Okay. Who did you harass and bully?
I don't know. I said fuck AEW and fuck Tony Khan.
Oh, well, then there you go.
Oh, man. Listen, man. Soft. S-A-W-F-T. Soft. Everybody's soft. As soft as fucking vanilla ice cream from Carvel, man. Soft serve. Ridiculous. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out all the other content on the channel. Monday, we were live. Great tribute to my guy, Kevin Castle, who passed away this week. May he rest in peace. And we're waiting on more details for what's to come there with the family and what's going to happen with Don Tony and his end of things. But they are all remaining in our hearts and in our prayers. Make sure you guys go check out the Tuesday Night Titans, episode 90 that we did, me and the Solid Monster, one of our better shows. I thought it was an excellent show. Really great flowing conversation. Talked about Dynasty and how it was nothing more than what Kenny Omega talked about, dog shit. And make sure you guys go check out the second channel where the Epic Rant is now nearing 40,000 views in its entirety, man. So we had an unbelievably successful AEW Dynasty weekend, and we owe it all to you guys. Jesse, what's going on with your channel and on your end of things?
Not much, man. We're gonna get back into pretty much just about daily watch-alongs. I mean, we're gonna watch along Raw, SmackDown. I almost did tonight, but I just couldn't fit it in my schedule. I was gonna watch Dynamite and then into this review too. Trying to fit Collision in there, believe it or not, man. But Saturdays are rough. But we are definitely doing watch-alongs on the channel. You guys are subscribing, so I appreciate it. And just stay connected, man. I do have more stuff coming soon.
There you go. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. 1,000 likes is the goal, as always. We are almost there. We got 710 likes. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. If you are in the chat, helps us out tremendously. If you guys are watching after the fact, leave a comment down below as well. That also helps us out. Tonight, we're sponsored by my great friends over at Z Biotics. Click the link down below in the description. We'll talk about my friends over at Z Biotics a little bit later in the show. And tonight, we have a goal. And I want to make sure you guys are aware of this because I very much want this to happen. And I want to deliver the absolute best content for you guys possible. It was scheduled to be me and the Solid Monster interviewing Jose the Assistant. Jason can't do it because he's very busy this month and there's no scheduled dates that he has open. I'm going to conduct the interview by myself. The thing is, Jose wants it in person. He doesn't want to do it via Zoom or via StreamYard. He wants it in person. I got all the equipment. I got just as good equipment as CVV. So I got it all. He wants to do it in person. He promised a pipe bomb. He promised some juicy details. And I'm going to pull that out of him. So I want to get Jose here from Orlando. I want Jose in this very studio. I want Jose here live. So if you guys want that to happen, there's a goal. And let's get Jose here for the day to do this interview. And I think it's going to be really, really good. So that is the goal tonight. Click that. And if you guys want to be a part of that, he would be incredibly grateful. And so would I, man. I want to deliver the best content possible. And I do think that this has a lot behind it, man. I do think that this could be something the community talks about for weeks to come. So make sure you guys go check that out. And that is your goal this evening for the Dynamite April 9th, 2025 stream. Let's get into this show. Thank you, guys. We got 3,300 in here tonight. Oh my goodness, man. We are rocking and rolling on Wednesday nights, man. The place to be right here on Wednesday nights, I'll tell you that.
It says the goal ended.
The goal did not end. The goal is still going. Oh, yeah, the goal. Oh, no.
Okay, so the goal ended.
The goal ended. Oh, no. Start another goal. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I got to get that up there. We are going to do this and this. I said that was my mistake. I set it for 30 minutes. We're going to do 2 hours. There you go, guys. Goal is now set. There you go.
So
thank you, Jesse, for the call out. Appreciate that.
What is the thumbs up count we're going for before we get into Collision Corner?
We got 771 likes right now. Do we want to push that to 1,000 likes and then we do Collision Corner?
1,000 sounds good. I will give my thumbs up right now.
All right, there you go. You got 2 goals, guys. Number 1, Jose. That's in the chat. And number 2, 1,000 likes, and then we go right into Collision Corner.
Immediately.
There's no wait. There's no wait. Dynamite.
Oh, God.
Jon Moxley. He goes one-on-one with Katsuyori Shibata. You know, I saw this floating around on social media thanks to our Lord and Savior, Tony Khan, Jesse. He threw this up, and he was so excited about this, man. He couldn't contain his excitement about this. I simply said, and I quote, "Kill me, ... please." How excited were you about this match, bro? Jon Moxley opening the show against Katsuyori Shibata.
Through the roof, bruh. I was just goosebumps.
It's unbelievable,
I don't know
right?
why this match is happening.
It's a match of the year classic right here, bro.
I don't know why it's happening. I don't know why the world champion is curtain jerking after defending the title in such a controversial manner. I figured that he was going to come out and talk about that big controversial ending we got. Okay, he's going to come out. He's going to try to make some sense of what we saw and give us some lame explanation that I'm sure we won't like. But let's hear it. All right, we got to start making sense of this shit. Here we go.
Well, instead of cutting the promo in front of the live audience and letting everybody kind of hear what he has to say, they had a pre-tape before this match took place. And they're backstage. Jon Moxley said this is the single greatest roster of pure talent ever assembled in AEW under one roof. So why can't anyone get their act together when it counts? They come with their talent, yet roll back down the hill, not addressing the real problem. They don't want it. Oh, we know what the real problem is. We're looking at them. The Death Riders will scorch the earth with anyone who calls themselves a contender before they give an inch. The Young Bucks have returned, but Moxley says he doesn't recognize them anymore as they've stumbled upon a board and they don't know what the game is. Moxley says he or they need to be careful and think before they make any moves. So they did address the Young Cucks here, and that's what he had to say. He doesn't recognize them anymore, bro. I don't think we recognize this company anymore either.
No, man.
It's crazy.
You know, I had high hopes that they were on a nice little streak of decent TV. You know, a month or two back, and it got sketched at parts, but I still maintain my faith. Like, it's okay. I don't expect perfection all the way through, but then nothing. Everything. Then the pay-per-view came. And I'm like, they do pay-per-view well. Pay-per-view is going to be fucking gonna kill it. And the pay-per-view drowned.
Even when they do have a good pay-per-view, they still can't follow up a pay-per-view. Did you see the show after Revolution? What they followed up with?
Oh, yeah.
They don't know how to follow up anything. Oh, but we had a snowstorm. We had 1,000 likes.
Oh, shit. We got something to do, though, bro. Let's go.
Yep. Collision Corner's coming up. Oh, my goodness, man. Right into it. Look at him. There he is. There he is, man. This barn burner of a fucking collision over here.
All right. You know, it's good to get into Collision Corner. Get into something that, you know, that is uplifting. Fantastic. Makes sense.
Sure. Were you uplifted watching this show on Saturday? Oh, man.
So, we start the show off with Takeshita and the Apex Legend Killer, Kyle Fletcher. They defeats Will Hobbs and Tomohiro Ishii. Now, watching this match made me think for a minute. Will Hobbs has had some strange fucking booking as of late, okay?
Oh my God.
So I had to go back and do a little bit of a deep dive. I went back a little bit. This is what Will Hobbs has been doing. Will Hobbs, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy, and Will Ospreay defeat Brian Keith. And then we had Will Hobbs and Hologram. Right? They defeat Brian Cage. Then we got Will Hobbs defeating Griff Garrison. Then we got Will Hobbs teaming with Mark Briscoe and Rocky Romero. And then we get Will Hobbs defeating Mark Davis. And then to the Saturday, we get Will Hobbs and Tomohiro Ishii. They don't know what the hell they're doing with Will Hobbs.
Bro, how the fuck do we get Tomohiro Ishii and Will Hobbs together, man? How did that happen?
Out of everything that I just listed right there, that's probably the one that made more sense than any of them. And it makes no sense.
Oh my God, man. I don't know. Will Hobbs, man, you gotta get the fuck out of there, bro. Honestly.
We move on. From that classic, we have Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe squashes Max Caster. This happened just before. The next day we get Anthony Bowens returning.
That's who we're doing open challenges with, Mark Briscoe?
I still don't. What are we doing with Max Caster?
Oh, he's dead, bro.
Okay.
He's dead.
All right, now it gets good. We have Top Flight. Top Flight defeats who I'm now calling the Kruper Troopers.
I see what you did there. Okay.
All right.
What color were their jackets on Saturday?
Yeah, oh man.
Were they green?
I think they were still red.
That works.
So,
what about blue, bro? You remember the blue shell from Mario Kart, man?
Oh, the blue shell was the worst, man.
That was fucking terrible. That was my number one enemy, man.
God, I hated the blue shell. Jeez, it
Man,
always came right for me.
We need one of them to wipe this fucking tag team out, man. Seriously.
Oh man, but Top Flight defeats the Krupa Troopers, right? Well, the Krupa Troopers get pissed, and then they beat down Top Flight after the match. So then out comes the absolute bane of the crew's existence, AR Fox. All right.
Wow.
AR Fox comes out and literally takes out the crew with 2 kicks. 2 kicks, 1, 2. Andrade, Leo, dead. They're both dead. Done. But then out comes Nick Wayne. Remember, they were trying to recruit Nick Wayne and his mommy to help them with AR Fox. Remember? Don't forget. All right. Wayne's World onto Fox. Guys, Crew and Nick Wayne have joined forces. It was like the mega powers coming together again. It was like that moment they did the handshake. It was a fantastic moment. Not a single fucking peep from the crowd.
All right, bro. Listen, man. None of this is fucking resonating with me, man. How did Layla Gray look, bro? Did she look good?
Fantastic.
That's all that matters to me, man. Move on.
Fantastic. We get Pac defeats Cash Wheeler.
Poor Pac.
In a one-on-one match. All right. That included Cope, Dax, Claudio, Yuta, and the little baby Hammer.
Oh my God, man, you're putting me to sleep. I can't. This Death Rider shit, man. I swear to God.
You didn't see the Hammer. It was cute. It was a little.
No, I did not. He had a baby hammer.
The little hammer, man. Did you ever see Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, great movie.
And the little hammer.
Yeah.
That Andy Dufresne needed for.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Little hammer.
Did that come from Tony Khan's toy chest too? Did that actually get mistakenly put in there?
If you're not gonna respect the fucking hammer, I'm just gonna move on, right? Cute little. Okay, all right. You know what? Fine. We move on. We have Speedball Mike Bailey.
Oh man,
here we go. Here we go. Speedball defeats Dralistico, who came out with Beast Mortos. But the best part is, Ricochet was on commentary.
Wow. So listen, I got a lot of questions here, bro. Number one, did Ricochet speak like a human being, or did he suck on commentary?
Unfortunately, he opened his mouth.
Okay, that answers that question. Number two, why is Speedball now 4 weeks into his AEW run and he's already wrestled half of the luchadors there? Why is that?
That's not a part of the excitement I had for Collision. What are you talking about, man? No, you are throwing me off of my. No,
How soon do we see Mike Bailey and Roosh in the ring, bro? That's coming next.
Oh, give it a minute. We get Mercedes and Harley Cameron warming up for their main event match tonight against Julia Hart and Athena. And I promise you, I'm not even exaggerating. This was easily the most entertaining thing on the show so far.
Harley can warm anybody up, bro.
Bro, they were just warming up and just playing off each other. Fucking, it was hilarious.
That's great.
It was hilarious. That was it. Oh, and Julia Hart and Athena defeat Mercedes and Harley Cameron in the main event. Julia Hart submitted Harley, so clearly Julia is gonna win at Dynasty. Ladies and gentlemen, that is this week's Collision Corner. That is the best they had to offer. I'm sorry. My name is Jesse, aka your very own one and only Shots on Spark, and I watch Collision, so you don't have to.
Oh my God, man, this show sounds fucking offensive, man. I swear to God, I don't know how anybody watches this show on a Saturday night. This is how you people spend your Saturday nights?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I try to pretend like that's what I do, but if I'm not doing a live watch along, I am not spending my Saturday nights watching Collision. I will watch it when I have the free time.
There you go, man. Thank you for 1,000 likes. Thank you for 3,500 people in here on a Wednesday night. We appreciate you. If that wasn't bad, Jon Moxley and Katsuyori Shibata, man. This match, at least, thankfully, thank the gods, it went 5 minutes.
Yes.
This was ended pretty early. Moxley wins here with they traded rear naked chokes. Moxley raked the eyes. He sank in a deep choke, trapped the arm. Shibata went out. 5 minutes. Goodbye. So not only did they put the crowd to sleep, he also put Shibata to sleep. That's a 2-for-1er right there.
It's consistency, okay?
Yeah. Post-match, the Young Bucks made their way to the ring, and Moxley and Shafir leave. They leave. Matt and Nick have a face-off as Shafir stepped in between them. The camera didn't catch what Moxley said before he and Shafir left through the crowd. Nick told the crowd to give it up for Moxley and order the fans to show respect for their EVPs. Everyone wonders why they cost Swerve Strickland the AEW World title at Dynasty. They did it for their good friend, Adam Hangman Page, as this is what he wanted all along. He never wanted Strickland to be champion ever again, and they did that for him. They never forget who their friends are, and they love Hangman, just like they know he loves them. We'll stop there. So they did it for Hangman. They did it for the Hangman. I did it for The Rock. Sure.
I legit just pulled up the infamous I did it for The Rock promo just to see if they cosplayed anything that Rikishi wore in the ring that night. They did not.
Okay. Well, that's a positive.
Yeah.
They did it for Hangman. Meanwhile, I'm looking for some sort of real substance, some real explanation, and that is not what I came for. It's not. I don't think that's what anybody really came for. Now, I said this on Sunday. Hangman should have already been positioned going into All In, the Cowboy in Texas, winning the World Championship, whether it's Swerve or Moxley or whomever, you know. The one part I don't get about this, Jesse, is what they said after this. Matt said they did it as a peace offering to Jon Moxley and the Death Riders as they sat at home and realized that they have more in common with the Death Riders than they think. They want AEW to be the best company in the world, just like the Bucks do. They want to change the world just like the Bucks want to. The Bucks are impressed with Moxley, who did what they could not take over AEW and the AEW World Championship. Imagine the Death Riders and the Founding Fathers, the EVPs together, and they invited Moxley and his crew to the ring to discuss business further. Now, the last time we saw the Young Bucks, they were shredding documents, and they were being chased out of the building by the Death Riders, and they were never seen again for the last 4 months. They were off television. I don't know, and granted, I will say this, nobody wanted to see the EVPs come back and battle the Death Riders as babyfaces. Nobody wanted to see that.
Agreed.
Nobody. But the thing is here, they are the EVPs, and they really made it a point to call out that they were the Founding Fathers. This is their company. This is their creation. And they are actively looking at a group in Jon Moxley, realistically in real life and in storyline, basically kill their company. And they want an alliance with these guys. And they are praising them for their job over the last 6 months. I don't really understand, like you mentioned, how we go from them being chased out of the building by them, for them to sit at home and watch exactly what's going on here, only to then come back and now want to work alongside them. How the fuck does that make any sense whatsoever in anybody's mind?
You asking me?
I am asking you.
The fuck am I? Bro, this makes no sense. I get what we're trying to do here. We're trying to, bounce a little conversation off what happened on the show. And, was it good? Was it bad? What do we think about it? Bro, I am so fucking confused. I don't even know how to process this shit. Like, so the mole account, they teased and hinted about how the Bucks were going to come back, when they left a while back. And one of the things that they said could happen is that they were going to be the saviors. They were going to come back and try to save the company from the Death Riders. I didn't think that made too much sense, like we just pointed out. But this is even worse. So, what do we do? Maybe we just come back and just be a tag team? Maybe we just come back and just get reinvested into the tag division and stop putting ourselves in the singles main event picture as EVPs, because that's clearly not fucking working.
They did it for Hangman. Don't they know this guy? Don't they know this guy personally? Don't they talk to him? They don't know what he's thinking, what he's feeling, how he's acting. They don't ask about their friend. So they come back and they haven't spoken to this guy for 4 months.
They didn't see Dynamite last week where Hangman left a little indifferent about Swerve at this point. Did they look at that and say, wait a minute, maybe making sure Swerve does not win is not what Hanger wants right now. Did you see what happened just here? Call Hanger up. Call him up. Find out what's going on. Get a read on him. No. Did they watch? Now, if they didn't watch the show, I completely understand. Wouldn't blame them one bit. Maybe that's what happened.
I just don't understand how they were chased away. Now they're back and wanting to help them and want to work alongside them while they're killing their company. Yet they're honing in on, we're the Founding Fathers. We're the Founding Fathers. Yet the Founding Fathers of what? You're looking at a fucking company that is being destroyed and you want to work alongside these guys because you don't want Swerve Strickland to win the world championship? For what? You should be doing everything in your power to take the world title back from Jon Moxley. Adam Page should be doing that.
I'm surprised the crowd is not giving the Bucks CM Punk chance at this point. I wouldn't blame him. I really wouldn't blame him. And you guys know how I feel about the guy. It's just, it does not feel like that anybody is giving us any effort in creative at all. It just they're just done. Like they just want to spin the wheel and they just want to figure out what sticks and just wherever it lands, let's try that for a while. This didn't work, spin it again. Let's try this for a while. Well, the Bucks need to come back. Should they be on the side of the Death Riders or against them? Spin the wheel. We'll see where it lands. Looks like they're going to be on their side. How are we going to make sense of it? Spin the goddamn wheel.
I don't know. What does the chat think? I mean, this was as lame as anything as far as an explanation. As lame as anything. I did it for Hangman. How the fuck do you know what Hangman wants?
Yeah.
I did it for Hangman, and then legitimately, in the same fucking scene, 15 minutes after this promo was cut, after Swerve beats Pac, Hangman goes into the locker room, not to find Swerve, but Nana is there, and he tells Nana, I was never out there to help Swerve. But your friends out there just told us that they did it for you. But you did help Swerve, because you delivered a Deadeye to Jon Moxley. If you didn't want to help Swerve, then maybe you shouldn't have delivered the Deadeye to Jon Moxley.
You know, maybe we could have Darby Allin come back and side with Ricochet and the Death Riders.
Bro, I'm legitimately melting just thinking about this. My head is legitimately fucking fried. They did it for Hangman. Hangman tells I was never going to help Swerve, but you did. Kenny Omega comes out. His music hits. Omega said the Bucks did this for their friends like Moxley and Hanger, but they forgot to mention him. The last time they saw one another, the Elite pushed him off a stretcher during his height of diverticulitis. Omega never forgot. You never forgot, but you came back legitimately and said in your return promo that you're not back to talk about your diverticulitis. You're here to defend your international championship, and that's all you want to do. Now you're telling me that you never forgot, and now it's a problem. Great. He never forgot, but he actually forgave them when he returned. He said it was about his legacy and not revenge. We're trying to bring back the feeling. As Omega talks about being back in high school, he'd go to his friend's house, and he told a story about going to his friend's house to hang out. And their friend had a few dogs, ugly little Shih Tzus, who would take a dookie on the floor. Crowd started to chant dookie. It's exactly what's going to restore the feeling. AEW crowds at 2,000 deep chanting dookie, dookie. Over time, the more dookie would pile up. He finally put his foot down and brought up how they should go to his place and hang out. It's the equivalent of what the Bucks have done in AEW. 2 Bucks taking a nice Shih Tzu. Omega said the Bucks shredded documents the last time we saw them, and we're supposed to be shocked by that, when all it was them shredding receipts for private jets, a chair in their master bedroom facing the bed, and Omega mentioned something about their OnlyFans subscriptions. I don't know who they're subscribing to on OnlyFans, or maybe Matt and Nick Jackson have an OnlyFans. Imagine that.
No clue.
I don't want to know.
Nope.
Omega said if it wasn't for the Death Riders, it would be the Bucks that almost killed the company Omega gave his heart and soul for. Omega can't lie. That time off did them real wonders. Nick looks every bit of the 90 pounds he lost before, and Matt needs to lay off the hot stuff as he looked as red as Nick's lapels. Omega says it's time to cut out the middleman. I think I'm going to come to the ring and we're just going to fight right now. And he said that in the most calm demeanor humanly possible. Before any of this could happen and before we could get a fight, out comes Kazuchika Okada. We hear the coin flip and his music hits. He walks to the ring. There's a 3-on-1. Swerve's music hits, and he came from the crowd with Prince Nana, and he was with a chair in hand as the Bucks and Okada quickly bailed. Strickland gave the Bucks a very menacing stare, and he glanced over at Omega. He gave Omega a fist bump. Omega left as Strickland proclaimed it was buck hunting season, and he has a shotgun ready to go blasting EVPs. Before Strickland could get going with anything, Pac shows up and blindsided him from behind, and we are told that this match was supposed to take place later, but now it is actually taking place now. And that's what happened next. So we'll get to that in a second. What did you think of Omega's promo, bro? Omega, obviously we get the symbolism of the Shih Tzus and the Dookie and the Bucks and them basically taking AEW down with them, and it's nothing more now than a pile of shit. I love that phrase, dog shit. That's exactly what AEW is right now as far as storytelling is concerned. They're nothing more than a pile of dog shit. What did you think of Omega's promo, man? Omega's not the best promo, and this was not one of his strongest nights on the microphone. In fact, I don't want to see Kenny Omega talk in this demeanor ever again. I think Kenny Omega should be angry. I think Kenny Omega's anger needs to fit the narrative here. These two almost killed him and took him out while he had diverticulitis. He's already on a collision course with Okada at All In. Jack Perry spilled intestines on a birthday cake, wishing Kenny Omega a very disturbing happy birthday. Omega should be out for blood against these people, yet he is not. Are you okay with Kenny Omega taking this calm, cool approach, or do you think he should be a little bit more angry?
No, he should be a lot. He should be a lot more angry.
Yeah.
He should be fuming. He should be upset. Swerve came out. Hell, Swerve, the most dangerous man in AEW, came running out after getting screwed for the world title at the pay-per-view, came running out with a chair for the guys who were responsible for screwing him over, and then he stopped. He didn't want to go any further than, the ropes. He couldn't keep going after them. Now, keep in mind, this is the most dangerous man in AEW. Very dangerous. He came out there with a chair, and they ran up the ramp, and he couldn't go any further. That's how dangerous Swerve is. All right? Kenny Omega was put in the damn hospital, and he calmly walked down there after he gets done talking about his dog shit story. Where's the intensity?
There is none.
Where,
the lack of intensity is taking me out, personally, of the narrative here.
The most dangerous man in AEW got into the ring with a chair and scared them off, and he didn't go after them because why? Because why? Because I'm trying to imagine my anger level had that happened to me. What happened to Swerve on Sunday? I'm trying to imagine my anger level if what happened to me happened to Kenny Omega. And I can't see myself just running out there and stopping. I can't see myself calmly going out and tell a story. I mean, what was Kenny Omega's plan? He knows his goddamn friends. He knows him going out there by himself to face the Bucks is not going to end well for him. What was his plan? He didn't come out with a weapon, nothing like that. Nothing. Did he plan on Swerve coming to save him? Did they collude on that one? Because that would have made a little sense as to why he came out there by himself, but nobody was upset. Everybody was calm, cool, and collective. Swerve was, prohibited from getting to the Bucks because they ran up the ramp. How many times have we seen a fight go all the way into the back, chasing into the parking lot, into the car, and out into the streets? No, Swerve stopped at the ropes. Now he can't go any further than that. It's too much.
I don't really know how any of this was decided upon. And they said, yeah, that's what we're going to go with. That sounds good. The Bucks sat at home for 4 months, and they come back tonight and said they did it for Hangman. That's the reason why they returned after 4 months, fucked the main event at Dynasty, and took away some sunshine in AEW. And Moxley now, his reign of terror continues for a guaranteed 3 more months before we go into All In. They come back and they did it for Hangman. Wouldn't it have made more sense that the Bucks came back and have been leading, or at least in cahoots, with the Death Riders in the time that they were out, in the fucking carnage that they've left all over Dynamite and Collision? Don't you think it would have made more sense for the Bucks to be at home as the puppet masters here for the Death Riders, the ones who are funding the Death Riders, the ones who are working behind the scenes because they want to take the company and they want this company to be the way that they want? No, but you're allowing the Death Riders to mold the company in their image, and the Bucks now want to be the cucks and tag team some alliance with the Death Riders. I don't see how this makes sense when you come out and say that you did it for Hangman. What the fuck does Hangman have to do with this? Your company's being overtaken by a rebel faction. You either want to be with them or you want to be against them. But they did the one thing that they shouldn't have done, and they came out and said, we did it for Hangman, but we want to work with you guys because we think we could do business together.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I don't have a degree in creative writing. But when you watch this shit and I gotta hear this fucking garbage regurgitated to me on live television, and I'm sitting there scratching my head and I'm saying, man, I could book this shit better than the fucking people running the show. That's a problem. That is a problem. They did the one thing. It's like one side and the other side, one side of the fence and the other side of the fence. They decided to just blow up the fence and not be on either side of the fence. I don't know how you decided to come back and say that was the right decision to make. Yeah, we did it for Hangman. You should be leading. You should be funding. You should be the ones pulling the strings on the Death Riders destroying the company. And Hangman and Omega and Swerve should be the fucking guys. Ospreay should be the guys. Darby trying to take this back. A slam dunk, Jesse. A slam dunk. For the first time in 6 months, for the Bucks to be leading the charge here, leading the Death Riders or in cahoots with the Death Riders while we have the fucking baby faces that we've been begging for to come together as the fucking Super Avengers and take this shit back, bro.
You know what I wish? I
give up.
Wholeheartedly, I really wish I wish that the Bucks and Tony Khan and everybody involved in the creative process in AEW, I really want them to go and rewatch the pep rally that they gave before this company launched. You know, when they got together and they told us, they pretty much laid down their constitution. They could lay down their mantra. They laid down what the purpose and the goal of AEW was. And if anybody back there in that company is watching this right now, please go suggest to someone back there that they go watch what they told us, the fans, what the goal of AEW was when they launched, and compare that to what we have been getting as of late, and ask them if it makes any sense. Ask them if they have gotten away from themselves. Ask them if they have forgotten what they told us, what their goal was, because it does not feel like that this is consistent on what they told us in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The women, the tag team division, storyline, wrestlers, the turmoil in the locker room, wrestlers leaving, looking for better pastures. What happened? What happened? Creative. What happened? Where did it all go wrong?
I don't know how they decided upon. Yeah, we did it for Paige because you didn't want Swerve as the champion. We figured we'd help you out. Meanwhile, you got a company that's being overrun by a rebel faction that has your world championship and hasn't been showcasing the world championship on television since October. It's hidden away in a fucking briefcase. You either are with them or you are against them. You came out and did it for your friend, and that's your excuse. Slam dunk. This was a slam dunk. All they needed to do was come out and say, we are funding the Death Riders. We watched, and this is our vision for AEW. That's it. Then you got Moxley, you got Pac, you got Claudio, you got Matt, you got Nick, you got Okada. A super group of sorts. And then you have the baby faces against these rebels. You got Swerve, you got Omega, you got Hangman and Swerve. The story there, the dynamic. They need to put their differences aside for the fucking sake of the company. You got Hangman, you got Swerve, you got Omega, you got Will Ospreay, who basically is the face of this fucking company. And then you bring back Darby. I mean, holy fucking shit, man. You want to talk about anarchy in the arena. You want to talk about all the complaints that we and the community have ushered in about where are the top guys trying to take down the Death Riders. Meanwhile, we're giving Danny Garcia. We're giving fucking Orange Cassidy. We're giving Jay White. We're giving fucking Private Part. I mean, all the fucking Dork Order. You're giving all these guys. Meanwhile, everybody from the word go was asking, where are the top guys? Who was standing up? Where are the elite standing up to these guys? They're right here. They're right here. And now you don't even want to embrace that And you don't want to have the Bucks come back and say, yeah, man, this is us. This is our doing. The Death Riders, we're to blame. We take responsibility for it. Nah, it's all. Now, we did it for Paige. We did it for Paige. Are you fucking serious?
Hey,
How could you listen to me say that and say, and then look at what they gave you tonight and say, yeah, man, that's a valid excuse. Come on, man.
Yeah. Hey, remember when the Death Rider situation started happening and we started looking like you just said, we had the Dark Order and all these other, low-end guys all trying to step up for the company. And we kept saying, where's Will Ospreay? What is he doing? But he was busy in the Continental Classic, right? Well, then he came out and said, hey, look, I know there's this big story going on, or I'm sorry, there's this big thing going on with the company and everything like that, but I need to focus on this tournament. I need to win this tournament. I need to reassure myself that I am, as good as I'm supposed to be. All this other stuff that he said. And he said, when this gets squared away, then I'll focus on, this and that and Death Riders, all the other stuff. And we said, okay, all right, fine, cool. Well, now Will Ospreay is more concerned about winning $400,000 than reasserting himself into this situation going on with the company and the Death Riders. $400,000 match is what Will Ospreay is doing in the midst of all of this shit going on.
In the midst of his company being overtaken by the Bucks and the Death Riders, he's wrestling the Beast Mortos with $400,000 in imaginary money on the line. And you want me to sit here and you want me to shill AEW because Tony needs a narrative out there, right? Meanwhile, the narrative of good television seemingly doesn't exist with these people. That's all I want. I don't know how any of you defend this shit. I really don't. I don't know how anybody watches this shit with a fucking straight face, with a smile on your face and say, yeah, man, I think I spent my Wednesday night in a good way. This was well worth my time. This is dog shit times whatever Shih Tzu, times fucking 20 Shih Tzus that Omega was talking about. This is Dynamite. You got your storytellers in WWE with the bloodline. They're trying to recreate their own bloodline here. But the thing is, when you want to go and compare, at least there was intertwining and interweaving storylines. Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and all these things kind of intertwining from show to show. AEW doesn't have the brain capacity to fucking intertwine stories and characters and have one guy do one thing, but also at the same time being mingled with something else. They can't do that. So they send, like Jesse said, Will Ospreay to do the fucking Continental Classic. Meanwhile, he should be number one priority fucking standing up for the honor of AEW. You know who's fighting for the honor of AEW? Private Party. Danny Garcia. Jay White. Who they flipped from heel to babyface.
Johnny Hungy.
John, the Dork Order.
Johnny Hungy.
Where are they at? Catering, where they believe. Yeah, Ring of Honor. This show is incapable of telling stories that matter on a week-to-week basis. I'm sorry. And if you don't like that, if you want to go fucking flag my shit on TikTok and all this other shit, because I am too real and Jesse is too real and all we want is a good show and you're bothered by that, man. You're the fucking problem and Tony's going to listen to you because you people just come out of the woodwork and say, yeah, he's doing a great job and that's all he cares about. He does not listen to criticism. He does not understand. The fact of the matter is he should have already had this shit fucking make sense since the show ended on Sunday and he came out and had these guys come out and give the worst excuse possible as to why they did what they did. Nobody's going to convince me otherwise of that. And then we get Swerve Jesse, who wrestles Pac. This match barely goes 5 minutes. It went just as long as Shibata and Moxley. But the thing is, Pac got hurt. Everybody thought, is he hurt? Everybody questioned, is he hurt? Sean Ross Sapp put on X. Yep, he's hurt. It's a real injury. Now we have a trios championship team of Pac, Yuta, and Claudio without the trio, bro. Pac is hurt, and it looks like a foot or an ankle injury. And if that's the case, it could be 2-3 months if it's that severe. So now what?
Fucking hell, man.
Swerve wins. Swerve stomp. But that's not before Pac was legitimately injured. They had to reset. Pac rolled back into the ring just so that they could finish the match. That's it.
Put Moxley in there to help defend those titles or what?
It looks like they are because Samoa Joe called out the trio champions.
Yep.
Unless they have Marina do it. I don't know.
Wow.
He thought something would happen with Swerve after the match. He paced around the ring, and that was it. Segment came to an end.
Yeah.
There was no fuck Booker T at the end of this match.
Yeah, you can tell he got hurt, and that sucks. And I hope he gets better soon. I hope it's not too serious. The poor guy can't seemingly catch a break as far as injuries go.
No.
You know, but
that injury may have derailed whatever they got coming up next. I don't know.
Yeah. That is more important than any storyline or anything like that. So I mean, we know that it is a limb and not like, you know, anything serious or, you know, threatening, career threatening, life threatening. So that's kind of why we bruise over it. But nonetheless, you know, get better soon, Pac. But yeah, this makes things even worse. This makes things even worse for creative. But I mean, it wouldn't have made sense anyway. Who are we kidding?
Fightful put out a report saying that there was, or at least they never heard of any plan for Swerve to win the championship at Dynasty. To the contrary, they heard quite a while back that Jon Moxley had been set for a lengthy title reign from even before he won it. AEW internally has touted the success of the Death Riders. Let me repeat that. If you guys thought, what? Yes, that's exactly what it says. This is a legit article put out there by the biggest pro wrestling publication in the IWC. AEW internally has touted the success of the Death Riders and Jon Moxley winning the title, citing a disconnect with the online fans. AEW claims that the company's live and DVR quarters have climbed throughout the year with Moxley as champion, peaking with Moxley versus Cope and the street fight that they had a couple of weeks back. You mean to tell me that AEW believes that this is a success, even citing a disconnect with the online fan base? If there's a disconnect with the online fan base, that is your core fan base. How are you going to tell me it's a success when your core fan base looks at it as a disconnect? How does that even make any sense to you?
It's a fucking oxymoron. How?
The online fan base is your fan base. There's a disconnect. They don't like it. I had more sickos agree with me this past weekend than I had disagree with me. Everybody hated it. Yet they're sending in a fucking report to Fightful for them to run, saying that they are a success, the Death Riders, and that the quarters are up. Do you realize, since you aired the all-in footage with Punk and Perry, you have not even come close to 800,000? You haven't even come close to 700,000. How is this a success? You did 594,000 viewers last week. How the fuck is sub 600 looked at as a success? But they're doing 500,000 on Max, JD from New York 206. No, they're not. They're doing about 40, 50,000. That's what they don't want you to know. 500,000 is not the number.
I want to know how they calculate what they deemed, how they equate anything about this to success. Like what parameters are they using? What are they going by? What are they gauging this on? Because by all accounts, from what I can see, from the fan base, from the community, from the statistics, from everything I can see, tells me that things aren't necessarily going the way that anyone would have hoped. That being said, what success are they referring to exactly?
Bro, their entire they live and breathe and die by what their online fan base says. I mean, anything that is said negatively about the company, they are on high alert for everything negative. They call you out. They fucking throw you under the bus. I've been at the brunt of that. Meanwhile, their online fan base, being their core fan base, hated everything about their main event. And then they want to turn it around and say, yeah, it's a success. The numbers are up, even though that there's a disconnect. If there's a disconnect online, there's a disconnect with your core fan base. Your core fan base is online. Everybody hated it. How are you going to tell me it's a success? How could you look at the reaction from Sunday night and deem that a success?
Someone just said AEW doesn't even trend on Max. You know, they have a point. Me and you were just texting about this. You know, if I told you, hey, there's this new documentary on Netflix, all right, about the Gone Girls thing. You got to check that out. You got to go look that up. And then you say, okay, if you go look up Netflix, open up Netflix and start looking for Gone Girl documentary, it's going to pop up like in the first page, maybe a little bit before. But the point is, it won't be hard to find. Bro, when I open Max to watch Dynamite, it is extremely hard to find. You have to, I mean, it is not right there like, boom, Dynamite is live tonight. No. Click on it.
No.
Oh, okay, cool. No. Search, and is it Collision? No. Is it the replays? Nope. No, not that. No, I'm looking for the new upcoming. No, gotta search again. Oh, finally, there it is. It is so hard to find. It's fucking crazy. But you want me to believe that 500,000 people all found it and tuned in?
Bro, when I watch on Max, I have to scroll down fucking at least 30 seconds to find where AEW is on a Wednesday night. So I just stick to watching it on Verizon on TBS. When you're not on a Wednesday and AEW's not live, there's nothing on the homepage, man, anywhere that signifies AEW is on Max. Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing. But when you go and turn on Netflix on Monday night at 8 p.m., where's Raw? Right there. All I got to do is go right there. We are live. Monday Night Raw live. You don't get that with Max?
No, they're not promoting it like that.
No.
It should be front and if you have live programming on a platform, it should be the first thing that people see when they log in, if you're proud of it.
Meanwhile, these are the same people that touted 2.1, 2.2 for the NBA games that were on Max and streaming on Max. How do you have the numbers for the NBA games, but then you don't have the numbers legitimately for AEW Dynamite? I don't understand that. You mean to tell me that AEW is doing 500,000 viewers on Max and the NBA is doing 2.2 million and AEW is doing what? A fourth of the NBA audience on Max? What are you, fucking mental?
Wow.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way. Those numbers are so fucking fabricated and false. I can't even begin to tell you. The numbers are not 500,000. The numbers are anywhere between 25 and 50,000, if that. And 50,000 is being incredibly generous. Incredibly. This shit is fucking ridiculous. This whole company is ridiculous. Man. The narratives that are thrown out there in the IWC, the reports that go out are ridiculous. People are lying for them. AEW wants you to think things are good and things are right and things are successful. Meanwhile, their own core fan base fucking hates what they're doing. I don't know how anybody believes that shit. I don't even listen. If Fightful's getting a nice, handsome fucking back end on that, good for them. But I would never sell my integrity and sell out to fucking lie when I know you guys would know instantly. If I am lying, you would know. I've been doing this for far too long for me to come on here and fucking say something's good when I know it's fucking dog shit. You would see right through that. I don't even think Jesse would be here because he's not going to stand for that shit either.
No, bro, look, if as contrary to a popular belief from a lot of people on Twitter and everything like that, I am gonna give AEW a fair shake. I'm gonna give him a fair shake, man. I mean, if something is flat out good, I swear I'm gonna put it over. But I'm struggling. To put, even when there is some good, I'm struggling to highlight that good when there is just so much overwhelmingly bad stuff to the point where if you cipher through it and find something good, then you're just trying to find something good and ignore all of the bad. I'm not going to try that hard. I'm going to give you my overall feeling of the product, what I liked about it, and I'm going to try. Bro, I'm going to fucking try. Why? Because I do believe, and I'll wholeheartedly always believe this, that the wrestling industry is better with AEW around. The everything about pro wrestling is better with another company around. Your favorite pro wrestler, whoever it is, wherever they work, your favorite pro wrestler is making more money right now because AEW exists. If they weren't around, negotiations would be a lot harder and a lot softer for the people who are trying to get paid. So I want them to succeed, but I can't put over dog shit. Literally dog shit. I can't sit and pretend that it's good just because my agenda is wanting AEW to succeed. AEW needs to put out good shit for me to enjoy it, for me to tell people that I enjoy it. I'm not going to make up shit. I'm not going to lie for them. So and they're not giving me much to work with.
No, they're not giving anybody to work with, anything much to work with. All of this, folks, these are legit criticisms. I'm sorry. Through this first hour of the show, this is a complete waste of time, and literally nothing made sense. If you think that anything we've discussed so far makes sense, you are the problem. You are the problem. Swerve beats Pac, and Pac is legitimately injured. We'll wait on some details in regards to his injury. His injury more than likely will derail whatever plans they have. I know it's Anarchy in the arena season. It's blood and guts season. So those trios titles are probably going right to the ops. Samoa Joe, Shibata, and Hook. So we don't know what they're going to do there. We'll figure it out. We got a promo from all of the babyface team in this $400,000 tag team match happening. Will Ospreay says he's going to Disney World. Mike Bailey says he will buy shoes. Kevin Knight will go to Magic City. And Mark Briscoe said he will diversify his portfolio with $100,000 each that they will get. Great.
It's funny.
Yeah, it was all right.
Especially for Mark Briscoe be having a portfolio. We get it.
Yeah.
It's funny. But I mean, it's hard to laugh.
Because it's so cringe. I mean, $400,000. Who cares? Why do I care about them winning $400,000? What are you doing with the money? Are there going to be vignettes to follow on how they spend their money? Are we going to see Will Ospreay at Disney World? Are we going to see Mark Briscoe on Wall Street in New York City?
Right. In an accounting firm, you know.
Are we going to see Mike Bailey go to fucking the Nike shop and go buy some sneakers?
Go do what's that that company that does shoe interviews for sneakers and shit like that? Send Mike Bailey there, where they go buy the expensive shoes. Triple H was there.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of that. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. Have Mike Bailey on there spending that $400,000. Have some fun with it.
Jesus Christ. Got a video package on the Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Billy Starks and Jamie Hayter will take place on Saturday's Collision. Uh-oh. Jamie Hayter needs to win, folks. I'm not really all that sure about that, though.
Complex. Thanks, Chet.
Yeah, complex, yeah. Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks and Athena versus Harley Cameron will take place on Saturday. Mercedes Moné will face the winner of Athena and Harley Cameron next week on Dynamite at Spring Breakthrough in Boston, Massachusetts. So we're looking at Mercedes versus Athena next week, bro. We got that to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, why save it for a pay-per-view? Yeah.
Well, it's in Boston.
Nah, I get it.
It's in Boston.
Does Boston give a shit about Mercedes?
Boston, no. I wonder what my friend Joey Janela thinks of AEW doing Spring Breakthrough. Like, they couldn't come up with something else? Janela's been doing Spring Break for what, 10 years now?
I have no idea. You know a lot more about Joey Janela than I do. His girlfriend.
Unfortunately.
I don't know.
I'll stick up for him in that case. I mean, he's been doing Spring Break. It's the biggest independent show of the fucking year, every WrestleMania season. And here they are. Yeah, well, AEW Spring Break. You couldn't come up with another fucking name?
It's Spring Break through.
Yeah.
Through. Because they're breaking through.
Yeah,
WCW.
next. Sure. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening next week. They are the longest running wrestling show in Time Warner history.
That's like one of the longest running
in
episodic TV show on Tuesday.
in prime time, I should say. Yes.
Oh my God.
Renee was backstage with whomever. Adam Page walked by Renee, and she asked him about the Owen Hart Cup match against the Wild Card next week. He ignored her, and Page stormed into Swerve's locker room and screams at Prince Nana, asking where Swerve's at. Page told Nana to sit down and listen. He'll make something clear. At Dynasty, I was not trying to help Swerve, but you were, because you delivered a dead eye to Jon Moxley. So in my eyes, that's you helping Swerve. So I don't know why that was said. You just add that on top of the fucking nonsensical shit we just discussed. Nothing makes sense. Next week, Page starts the Owen, and if Strickland intervenes, he'll pick up with him right where he left off. Page went to walk away, but Nana stopped him and tried to apologize for what they did a year ago, and Page quickly cut him off, saying, "Don't say another word. You don't get an opportunity to say that." I'm guessing because he wants to hear it from Swerve. Is that the reason why?
Probably.
Yeah. So Page stormed out of the locker room, and now we have this looming over us next week at Spring Breakthrough. Who is the wild card, Jesse? Are we looking at Jack Perry potentially as the wild card, or Darby Allin as the wild card?
No, it needs to be somebody who can lose to Hangman. So it's going to be Jack Perry.
It's great, man. I can't wait to see the scapegoat come back, man. Jack Perry.
Yep. I don't even know why he was gone. Why was he gone?
So they did it for Page, but then they pick the wild card, who is their own friend, to go against Page. So did they really do it for Page?
Did they send Perry in there to take the L?
I don't know. I don't think it makes sense of that.
No, guys, I don't see it being a debut, because I don't want to debut anybody to an L.
No, it's not going to be Josh Alexander.
No,
that's just an awful spot. That's ridiculous. I will tell you where Josh Alexander is going, because they did allude to it tonight. We'll get to that. Yeah. Will Ospreay, Kevin Knight, Speedball, and Mark Briscoe against Ricochet, the Beast Mortos, and Crew. Leo Rush and Action Andretti. $400,000 8-man tag. Nothing more than a spot fest. Nothing more than a spot fest. This was, according to the sickos, this was fun. This was not fun to me, because I got 5 hours of this on fucking Saturday, or Sunday rather. I wish it was Saturday, Sunday. And I was, my brain was melted by watching 10 of the same match all night long. Kickouts, high spots, Canadian destroyers, fucking gymnastics all over the place. There's no real storytelling in the ring. It's all the same shit. So this match was just 8 guys doing all of that. Yet this is fun. So we'll pick it up at the end here. Briscoe tumbled to the outside with Ricochet. The Beast Mortos was left alone with Bayley. They collided until Briscoe made the save. They both backflipped into each other and teased a double crane kick. They kind of connected, and Ospreay flew in with an os cutter on whomever. I think it was Beast Mortos. And Kevin Knight hit the UFO splash, but all the heels broke the count. Everyone spilled to the outside except for Ospreay and Mortos. And then he hits Frank the Attorney with the Hidden Blade. 1, 2, 3, and his team wins the imaginary $400,000.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
It's great, man. Beast Mortos takes another L, man. How many wins does Beast Mortos have in AEW?
I don't know, man. Too many.
Too many, huh?
Too many. He can afford an L.
Sure.
He can afford an L. How was it? Okay, so
when are we getting those Beast Mortos replica masks? Huh?
You tell me. What is shipping saying? Man?
I don't know. They're not on. They don't have any.
Oh, they don't. You haven't ordered it yet.
No, they don't. They don't have any.
Well, I found you one. What are you talking about?
Nah, that's not the one he wears though. The one he wears is a lot cooler. It's got chains and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, not sure, man. I saw a fan in the crowd with a hologram mask though.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And they're selling Will Ospreay's robe, apparently, or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a jacket or his robe or some kind of replica of it. I'm not
Interesting.
sure.
How much are they selling that for? $400?
I am not looking. No way. Don't care that much to even.
Do we want to do a goal for the Will Ospreay robe, guys?
Let's see. How much is it? Let's look it up.
I just got a DM from Ricky Starks 1220 on X. He tells me, please shut the fuck up. Thank you, Ricky Starks. Thanks for watching, bro.
And you read it out loud, too.
Thanks for watching, man. Ricky Starks. Got Ricky Starks, 1220 on X.
It is, sir, a jacket, and it is $135.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that next week.
Wow. There you go.
Oh, it's a jacket. I thought it was like his robe.
No. I guess it's in the design on the back is in the design of his robe.
Oh, I won't wear that out, man. I won't wear that out. First of all,
But you would wear the fucking robe?
On stream. Yes.
You can't wear the jacket on stream?
No. Why would I promote Will Ospreay when I could sit here with Symphony X or Alter Bridge? You
are a complicated man, my friend.
No, I'm sorry. I love Ospreay, but I'm not going to spend $130 on a fucking jacket.
What?
Especially a wrestling jacket.
How about 70 for the jersey? The Bruv jersey.
No, that's ridiculous. Can you imagine walking the streets wearing Bruv?
Bruv.
How uncool would you be looking walking down the street?
No, you're supposed to wear it to the wrestling events when you're, in the crowd and get your sign.
Bro, we're not invited to these wrestling events, bro. We go to these wrestling events, man. The sickos will be looking at us, man. They'll have their fucking pocket knives out.
No, you have to go and be in the crowd and be a mark. First off, when I see people, they love me. I don't get that kind of hate.
Well, nobody knows you. That's why.
That's not what happens when I go to my local town, man. Local shows. Hey, I went to a show in New York and got recognized.
By who?
I had a few.
The janitor?
Ask FOMO. I get recognized by quite a few people, man.
You weren't even sitting with her, man. She was sitting in the front row like a VIP. You were sitting in the fucking nosebleeds.
No. After the show, man, I had fans all around me because we got there and we left together, bro.
All right. Did you buy the lady a drink at least?
No, she was sitting somewhere else. No.
Okay. Shame on you, man.
I know, man. What are you gonna do? But we had fun though.
FTR violently turned on Cope at Dynasty. Commentary again questioned if they'll ever see Cope again, as the injuries he sustained on Sunday have him ruled out indefinitely. Tony Schiavone, who's the worst color commentator in the business right now, he is just fucking awful. I don't know how you watch Collision with him leading play-by-play, bro. I'm sorry. He's terrible.
Bro, Ricochet was on commentary on Saturday.
I'd rather listen to Ricochet than Tony Schiavone.
That is not true. I know you're trying to say it to prove a point on how bad Schiavone is.
Was he that bad?
My friend, that is not fucking true.
Was he that bad?
As opposed to good?
Yes.
Then yes. It's that bad.
I don't know. Maybe we should call a lifeline to Samantha, see what she says.
That bad. I have to convince you how bad Ricochet would be on commentary? Really?
Tony Schiavone says he's seen some low, disgusting acts over his wrestling career, but what FTR did takes the cake. This is the same guy that watched Hulk Hogan turn his back on all the Hulkamaniacs at Bash at the Beach, and Dax turning on Cope is the most dastardly, disgusting act he's seen in his wrestling career. Do you believe that?
Nah, he's got to put it over. What are you going to say?
Bro, there's putting it over, and then there's being realistic.
One of the worst things I've seen.
That's all you got to do. One of the worst. Not the worst. One of the worst.
Yeah, okay. That would have worked better.
Come on. And then he goes on and mentions Dak's daughter, that she would be ashamed of her father. So, you better watch out, Tony. I'm assuming we're going to have Dax come at you on social media for your personal comments.
No, they should have Dax go after Schiavone on TV next week, though, for mentioning his daughter.
Well, that'll happen on Collision because they're already announced for Saturday night.
Oh, God damn it.
We don't even get to see them on Wednesday. Such a big angle. They won't even do it on Wednesday night. But we got to see fucking the Beast Mortos wrestle for $400,000. The priorities of this fucking company, man. You would think that one of the biggest things that happened on the fucking show Sunday would be on the show this week, on Wednesday. Nope, we'll just save it for Saturday. No, we'll
means they're
load.
filming it
We'll
right
load. We'll load. No, it's live. It's live on Saturday.
Live.
We'll load Collision up with one thing, but we'll make it 99% irrelevant. But you got to tune in to see that one important thing. Why don't you just go all the way with it? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Hurt Syndicate. MVP is out there. They got champagne. They got plaques. They got a whole VIP table in there. This is not the MVP lounge like we used to see. This is whatever. They went to a grungy underground fucking cocktail bar, man. This is not the fancy, let's drink the top shelf shit. This was whatever middle of the road common people do and go and drink. This was not fancy for their standards.
Want to know what this reminded me of?
What?
Private Party. Where's Private Party?
Oh, they're dead.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in Guantanamo Bay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is their shtick.
They're
right?
they're wherever Wardlow is.
I mean,
So Lashley and Benjamin raise bottles of champagne as MVP toasts to another successful defense until MJF comes out. And he interrupts this party. He falls in line as Lashley looked disgusted. He's standing next to the Hurt Syndicate looking like he's actually a part of the group. MJF says they hurt people. Look at them, dripping in gold. You're welcome, by the way, as this couldn't have come at a better time. Tony Khan wanted him in the Owen Hart tournament. For what? To sweat his balls off? I don't think so. This way, MJF could get back his world title, and he's going to scratch his back, and he's going to scratch their back on his way to Triple B. MJF asked MVP, what's the initiation process? Is it like an old school blood brother contract or what? Lashley told MJF to shut his mouth, as it was really cute that MJF tried to help them, but he didn't get the job done, as it's another reason they don't need him. They didn't need him. Why would Lashley need help against the Bad Apple and Big Bill? He could probably swallow them whole by himself. So MVP is in the middle of this, and he backs Lashley into the corner. He's bickering at MJF. MVP and Benjamin stepped in. MVP said, in order for Max to join the syndicate, he has to get 3 thumbs up. MVP gives his thumbs up. Shelton Benjamin, he gives a thumbs down, and that's all Lashley needed because Lashley automatically is going to give him a thumbs down. So it's 2-1 thumbs down. So they take their tag team titles. They leave. MVP gives a shrug to MJF, and MJF was left frustrated and alone, shoving the camera in the ring, Jesse. And that was it. That was basically it. That was the end of the segment. I left this segment feeling very confused and not really in a good way, man. I honestly think that with what MJF has done over 5 years, to see where he's gotten, look at what he did going into All In last year. Tremendous match with Ospreay, the Iron Man match, 59 minutes, the match at All In, the American title. What a great feud, right? He had feuded with Danny Garcia for a little bit. Then they had the fucking Adam Cole nonsense that seemingly came to an end, thank God. He hasn't done anything even remotely relevant or to the standards of MJF since Ospreay. And they are making him look like a bitch in this Hurt Syndicate story. Now, I'm going to give it a chance because, knowing MJF's character, he's probably going to double-cross them and he's going to fucking resort to what MJF does best, and that's be a prick. But right now, man, I don't like that MJF is coming across like a fucking desperate bitch. I don't like it.
So Max's whole thing is he wants Triple B back. He wants his title back, but he doesn't want to try to get it back. Like, he could have went through the Owen and got his title back that way, but he didn't want to sweat. He said, I'm not going to be out there, fucking like a sweat hog and blah, 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 blah. He don't want to do it that way. All right. But Moxley opened the show in a match against Shibata. Now, it wasn't a title match, but what does wrestling 101 teach us? You beat the champion in a regular match, they give you a title match after that. How was Shibata able to get into the ring with Moxley, but Max is trying to kiss the ass of MVP and his crew who don't want him? It feels like there is a less complicated road to take for MJF to get to the world title picture. And it just doesn't, the way that he's having to go doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes no sense at all. He needs the help of two dudes, Lashley and Benjamin, two dudes who don't want him. He needs their help to get a title back.
So he is trying so desperately to get their help to get Triple B back when we all know he's one of the best pro wrestlers in the world and all he needs to do is enter a pro wrestling tournament and do what he does best to win back his Triple B. That sounds a lot easier than asking for the Hurt Syndicate to bring him on in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
A
little bit.
I don't know. Someone in the chat said they have killed MJF's aura. They have. He doesn't have the same aura as nearly even a year ago.
They're not doing anything.
Remember when he came back? Remember when he came back doing his best Triple H with the jacket? And he was a baby face. He was over. He was like fucking stone cold MJF. What happened? How do we go from that to this?
So it feels like they're trying to do their best to keep him away from the title while they deal with this Moxley situation, and they're just not doing a good job at it.
Oh, you mean to tell me Moxley is harming everyone else, including MJF now? Oh, man, color me shocked.
That's what it appears to me, man. It appears that MJF is supposed to be in the title picture, supposed to be of and around that world title, and they don't want him there right now for whatever reasons. And this is their way of keeping him away from it, having him with MVP and Benjamin and Lashley, and in their perfect world, it makes sense. But it doesn't.
What's that? We were told that the Death Riders is a resounding success, though, says FightfulSelect.com.
This is true. Well, according to what AEW thinks. Well, according to what they are telling us that they think, because they don't actually fucking think that, guys.
Oh,
they
my
don't
God,
actually fucking think
this. This company sucks. I'm sorry, this company's a fucking joke. Really. Who is the Death Riders benefited, man? What have the Death Riders done where you could look at this show over the last 7 months and say that they've helped enhance so-and-so person, man? Name one person. Who? I'm going to put you on the spot, man. Name me one guy.
Who did the Death Rider story enhance? Wheeler Yuta.
Now, someone that has opposed them, not within the group.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
They've enhanced Wheeler Yuta? You think so? The only thing that's been enhanced is his hairstyle, bro. That's it.
Put it like this. How much worse could he get?
He needs a haircut just as bad as I need one.
Nah, I don't care about his fucking hair.
Chat, you want to help Jesse out? You want to send him a lifeline, man, like he's playing fucking Millionaire here with Regis Philbin?
Who did he have? Let's see. No.
OTS Tribal Queen says nobody.
Wait, no, it was somebody.
Uncle Dave says useless looks like a hobo. Romulus says Wheeler Yuta looks like a DoorDash driver. Oh, man.
What kind of DoorDash driver is you? I don't know, man.
Man.
I don't know.
Black Wolf Inc. says, not a damn soul.
Yuta really is the absolute only one that is going to benefit in any way at all.
I could tell you know what's been enhanced? Moxley's ego. Who said it in the chat? Defier Devon Wrestling says Mox selfish ego. Ding ding ding. That's the right answer. That's the right answer. You know who the Death Riders have enhanced, bro? This show.
This guy was the savior of the company not that long ago.
Jon Moxley ruined all credibility in AEW. Everything that you once loved about Jon Moxley is no longer going to be remembered because of the storyline. This is his magnum opus, bro. This is his magnum opus. This is his Roman bloodline story. This is his finale. This is it.
That's so shitty, man.
This is his Sopranos season finale, bro.
That's so fucking sad, man. Same for Jericho. This Jericho run.
I don't know.
I mean, people have a tendency to remember the bad parts more than the good.
Yeah.
But there's so much bad here to remember.
Toni Storm. She made her entrance. She crawled across the commentary table like she was a seductress. She pulled out keys out of her purse. She tells Taz, who she called Mr. Tasmaniac, that she moved his car, but left her chewing tobacco in the car. Taz could not contain himself. This was a callback, apparently, to Toni Storm in her post-Dynasty scrum speech, saying a car with the license plates FTW was double parked.
Did you hear how she started that promo off? That scrum off?
I did not watch the scrum, no.
Oh, she started it off in a very interesting poem that she read.
That's when Muscle Man Malcolm asked Toni Storm for her Waffle House order.
I heard about that happening. Was that a real thing?
That was a real thing. Apparently they're inviting people now who go there and ask non-serious questions as if everything's a fucking joke after the way that show dismally went off the air. Hey, Toni, instead of asking her a legitimate question about her character or something else related to AEW, what's your Waffle House order? Interesting. Maybe I should go back to these pressers and ask Toni what her Wawa order is.
Bruh, I gotta tell
or
you.
Or what her IHOP order is.
Anybody who filters and eliminates people from the media that they don't want asking questions because they can't handle them is weak.
I agree.
Very weak.
I agree. The first question that Toni Storm was asked? I did see this because I seen a clip of it on Twitter. What's next, champ? That's what you got? That's the best questioning. It's the best line of questioning you got? What's next? How the fuck does she know what's next? Why would she answer that question? Why would you ask that question? Who goes to these things anymore? This is what you guys are fucking drooling over to get into? You want to rub elbows with Toni Storm and Tony Khan while he dances around a fucking question and gives you 13 facial expressions in the span of 5 seconds? Hey, bro, your girl won this match, bro. Statlander and Tony and Thunder Rosa.
Did she really, though?
Stat won this match, yeah.
Did she really, really win, though?
Toni Storm called Statlander... If she said if they teamed together that they would be called Thunder Thighs.
She's not wrong.
No.
And with Thunder Rosa, she was Thunder Tits.
She said if she teamed with Tony Schiavone, they'd just be called Tits. She always gets the commentary team laughing, huh?
She's good.
We'll pick it up after the commercial break here and go right to the end. Thunder Rosa took a fan's sign who was in front row that said something about women's wrestling. Did you see that? She held up the sign. Women's wrestling is something, something, something.
Alive and well.
Alive and well, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder who that was for.
Said,
is it really, though, in AEW? Is it really?
Well, it didn't say in AEW.
It did not.
It said that it was alive and well.
Yes, and it was a general pro wrestling sense, not AEW.
Yes, so there is that.
Statlander countered a Blue Thunder Bomb. Rosa spun out of Wednesday Night Fever, hit a Destroyer for 2. I'm tired of the Destroyers. I really am. Rosa hits a charging knee flush. She said it was nothing personal before slapping Statlander in the face. Rosa charged. Statlander cut her off with a wild lariat. Hit Wednesday Night Fever for the 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Oh, I think they changed the name of her finisher.
What is it called?
So it was said Night Fever, whatever the night was. Now it's Saturday Night Fever.
I like it.
No, I like the day of the week Night Fever.
Whatever. As long as she's on my television, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's true. I need to take the fucking W's where I can get them, man.
There was a backstage promo with Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford. Megan Bayne speaks! Oh, my goodness.
She did.
Renee asked how they were dealing following the loss to Dynasty. Ford says that was a taste of defeat, but it changes nothing, as everything Bane has been through isn't erased just because Tony Storm barely survived. Ford said Bane will be at Collision and doesn't care who or how many. Megan Bane stepped up and said she's going to make everyone bow down. Okay.
That didn't sound like an explanation as to why her and Penelope Ford are together.
No explanation. We're going on what? 9 weeks now? No explanation. And she will be at Collision to, I'm sure, squash an enhancement talent in about 5 seconds. And then I'm going to have some sicko say, look, there is a plan for Megan Bane. No, there's not. No, now they're invested to keep her on television. They almost have to keep her on television now after they skyrocketed her to a championship match in the span of 2 months with nowhere else to go but down.
So I think I figured this out. Maybe this is a red herring. Maybe they're going to bring back Joey Janela, because since Megan Bane and Penelope Ford are Eskimo sisters right now, maybe the catalyst is Joey Janela, and they're going to bring him back.
Listen, bro, I won't be surprised at this point. They can bring back Marco Stunt for all I care, too.
This get dark really fast.
Moving on. We go from the ladies to Don Callis, who's backstage with Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher saying that all roads are leading to the Don Callis family in the final of the Owen. Sure. Keep dreaming, Mr. Don Callis. Callis said Brody King got one over on Lance Archer, but that ain't happening again against Takeshita. His men are in their 20s. They're oiled up. They're hot. They're the talk of the town. Given the rash of injuries that have taken place within the family, they're opening up invitations to have a new member join. So send your resume and bank account info, and he'll take you straight to the top. Now, apparently, Don Callis is cutting the dead weight because Lance Archer and Brian Cage, clearly, Brian Cage wasn't even given an explanation as to why he was even in the Don Callis family, but he was just standing there one week, and we were supposed to assume that he's just there. Lance Archer apparently was traded to the Don Callis family from Jake Roberts, who mysteriously disappeared from television as Jake was supposed to manage LFI. That never took place. So thanks, Tony, for following up on all that like we forgot, right? So now we're looking for a new member. Brian Cage never fit. Lance Archer never fit. They're losers. They are losers.
Who better? Who better?
Who better? Yeah, anybody. The fucking janitor is better. Brian Cage is great. Don't get me wrong, but he does not fit the Don Callis family, and it didn't have an explanation. So we're looking for a new member, being that Don Callis is Canadian, and there's a certain Canadian who is a free agent that supposedly joined AEW. I'm going to assume that Josh Alexander is going to be a heel and in the Don Callis family, and Don Callis is going to have a trio of just top-tier professional wrestlers here, man. I like that.
That works.
Yeah.
That works. Josh Alexander in the Don Callis family, straight off the bat, that works.
Yep.
I don't know. I might bring him in as a baby face at first, let him get his showcase match in, 1 or 2, and then right away, I would turn him, put him in the Don Callis. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
I like that.
Adam Cole is backstage with the Undisputed Kingdom era. As Kyle O'Reilly said.
Hold on.
Yeah, for now. Kyle O'Reilly said ever since joining them, he's been chasing titles. It's kicked off with Cole winning the TNT title. Roddy said it's time to win titles of their own. Cole said he came back from the back-to-back injuries and the toughest test of his life. But he stands here as the face of TNT, as the TNT champion. They stand before you, the paragon of pro wrestling, and that is Undisputed. Is that their new weapon? Is that their new name?
Are we changing names again here?
We're going with the Paragon now. That doesn't really. Why don't they just call themselves the Undisputed?
I don't know. The Paragon, the conglomeration, and what is these fucking names?
You listen. I love Adam Cole. You couldn't fucking squeeze an ounce of care out of me for whatever they got going on here, and that TNT title. It's so irrelevant.
What are these? Who comes up with these names?
They did. You think Tony came up with it?
The conglomerate. It sounds like he did.
Chris Jericho. After all this, we got the Learning Tree on television. Believe that? Jericho's out there. We got all the setup. We got the cardboard cutouts of the tree with the bad apple on it. We got the Jeritron 5000 out there. Jericho said he'd hope all three of them would have titles here tonight, but they couldn't win the tag team titles as he's looking at Big Bill and Brian Keith. And he doesn't have the Ring of Honor title. Bill cut off Jericho and said he knows what Jericho is going to say. He's angry and has every right to be, and so is he. Brian Keith tried to stop Bill, who said Jericho needs to hear this, as they've spoken about this before. Bill said he has a lot of respect for Jericho as one of the greatest of all time, which is why he decided to join the Learning Tree. However, Big Bill didn't sign up to be Jericho's punching bag when things go wrong. If he and Keith are out there for Jericho to teach them, then teach. But if it's to publicly humiliate them, let me know now so I can leave. Bill knows Brian Keith feels the same way. Jericho gets in Keith's face and asks if that's true, but says that's not why he brought them out here. If they thought that, they have a lot more to learn than Jericho thought. He handpicked both of them to stand by Jericho because he saw potential as they are future champions, but was disappointed in them that they weren't there for Jericho in his match. Some might say it's their fault he lost the Ring of Honor Championship, but not Jericho. It's okay. He's not angry. He's just disappointed. So he picks up Floyd the baseball bat. He fucking smashes the TV that's in front of him, destroys it, and he's dropping F-bombs. And he said, I'm disappointed, I'm disappointed, I'm disappointed, as he's smashing the TV over and over again with the baseball bat. And until they change that, it's best that Jericho leaves. So he leaves. Jericho left, and the fans sang, hey, 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 goodbye to Jericho. I'm sure this is all, a way to get Jericho off of TV right now, as I do believe, as I am very keen on the heavy metal news and rumors portion on social media. Jericho is touring, I believe, with Fozzy. So they have their big anniversary show coming up, their anniversary tour. So he's probably going to go away for a little bit. And
that this needed to happen before the Learning Tree shit happened.
Goodbye. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with Big Bill and Brian Keith in the meantime, but, Big Bill's obviously the star of the three here, and I'd like to see something with Big Bill. But like we discussed on Sunday during the Dynasty Post, this company does not know how to book big men, and I don't really think that they're going to do anything with. I mean, look at Will Hobbs. I mean, if you think they're going to book Big Bill good after seeing what they did with Will Hobbs, I mean, you're out of your mind. So I'm not excited about this at all.
And in TK's defense, he's not booking anybody very well, though.
No.
So
no.
There's that.
Now, Jericho was shown storming out of the arena. He smashed things with his baseball bat. He got into his limousine, and he drove away, and that was it. Goodbye.
It was an expedition.
Maybe you should, on top of the 25th anniversary tour, maybe you should immediately go from the 25th to the 26th so you don't come back to television. Anthony Bowens, the five-tool player, the pride of pro wrestling. They gave him a video package as he answered the open challenge from Max Caster on the pre-show. Bowens will be in action on Collision against Blake Christian, Jesse. Vanilla Baby. You should do a reaction video, man. Like all these fucking no talent hacks that do reaction streams and videos. You should film yourself watching this match while eating vanilla ice cream. You should.
They want, but look, bro.
Vanilla Baby, bro.
Look. They go through all of this fucking effort to tell us how great Kevin Knight is going to be. They give us Jay White, Will Ospreay, in losing efforts. They keep telling us how awesome Kevin Knight is going to be. And then they have Anthony Bowens. They debut his new gimmick on the pre-show, and then they want to advertise his first match on Collision instead of right here on the main show on. They don't know how to get someone over organically, do they? I don't think they fucking know. I don't think they have any fucking clue. Or are they trying? What? Oh my God. Why did you debut him on the pre-show? Fine, that happened. Why isn't he right here front and center on Dynamite? Hell, I would have rolled him out here first. Open the show instead of Moxley and Shibata. Right at first. I mean, bro, how hard is this? How hard is this?
Bro, you know what I think of? When I look at Blake Christian and I hear Vanilla Baby, man. I think Vanilla Ice. You know, maybe he should change his theme music. Maybe Tony should buy the rights to Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby.
Vanilla Ice was actually interesting for a long time, man.
Take heed, because I'm a lyrical poet. Miami's on the scene, just in case you didn't know it.
See? Now name one thing that Blake Christian's ever said.
My town, that created all the bass sound, enough to shake and kick holes in the ground, because my style's like a chemical spill. You know?
You know more Vanilla Ice lyrics than I do.
Oh, man.
This is so fucking frustrating. Anthony Bowens is dead in the fucking water. This gimmick is already fucking gone. Look, I sound like this fucking guy. Look, it's already dead in the water. They're not giving it the best opportunity to succeed.
Swamp plays on the fade, sliced like a ninja, cut like a razor blade, so fast other DJs say, damn, if rhyme was a drug, you'd know I'd sell it by the gram.
Okay, now it's time to stop.
Oh, that's a great fucking song, man. That's the heavy metal version, by the way. It's called Too Cold. There's a music video on it. I urge you guys to go watch it if you are a fan of Vanilla Ice. Rob Van Winkle.
I will not.
What? You never heard it?
I would rather watch his home improvement shows.
Bro,
like A&E.
Bro, have you listened to the Vanilla Ice version of Too Cold heavy metal version?
No.
I'll have to send it to you.
No, why would I?
You have to listen to it.
Fine, I'll listen to it. Tell you what, make you a deal. I'll listen to it when you start watching The Sopranos.
Come on, man.
Okay. You tell me how the first 2 episodes of The Sopranos went, I will listen to it.
Ice,
I've been
baby.
waiting for years for you to watch Sopranos. Literally years.
You want me to sing more Vanilla Ice raps to you, man?
No. But you want to know a cover that I did love? I don't know who the band was, but you watch Sons of Anarchy, no?
No, sir.
Oh, fuck. They did a cover of Bohemian Rhapsody on Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, okay.
Bro, get you in the feel goods, man. It is so fucking good.
If there was a problem, you know I'd solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
Okay, hold on.
Moving on.
Hold on, motherfucker.
Vanilla Baby, man. Good luck with that on Saturday.
Let's
Fucking ridiculous, man.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
man. Alicia Atoot. A lovely Alicia Atoot. Backstage with the Hurts and they get asking where things go with MJF. Lashley said MJF is not to be trusted. He doesn't like MJF, and we don't need him. Benjamin said they don't need anyone, but little George Costanza is kind of funny. Lashley walked in annoyed MJF rather walked in. Lashley walked away, and MJF said to Atoot, this is an AB conversation. See your skank ass out of here. And he slapped her ass on the way out. Goodbye.
JD, is that gonna be sexual harassment?
He can do he can do that.
How come he's allowed to do that? There are people who don't know.
Yeah, we'll keep them in the dark. MJF asked MVP if he's a female dog to him and why he keeps getting treated like a bitch. I wondered the same thing. At least he knows it. MVP said they know exactly who MJF is, but they're in a business and a consumer, or as a consumer, you got to find out what they want and you got to give it to them. MVP walks out and MJF is left contemplating what he just heard from MVP. What does that mean, Jesse? Does MVP have to spark some life into MJF so that he turns into, I hurt people. Who does he got to hurt, bro?
I don't know what MJF is going to do to change Bobby Lashley's mind. It seems that Bobby Lashley has already made up his mind on MJF with good cause. He's an untrustworthy fucking snake. I mean, just inherently, that's what MJF means, right? So
Sure.
what is MJF going to do to change that perception of him? I have no idea.
I don't know. We will see. Main event. Samoa Joe and Hook against Claudio and Wheeler. Useless! with his silly haircut. I love Joe. Could not give a shit about this main event. We'll just pick it up at the end here because it meant nothing. It really did mean nothing. Jon Moxley appeared. He allowed Yuta to rake the eyes of Hook. Moxley grabbed the chair, but Shibata appeared from behind, applying a rear naked choke on Moxley in the aisleway. Joe had one locked on Claudio as Hook applied Red Rum on Yuta, and he got the submission win. Post-match, Marine Shafir clipped Joe in the knee with the chair as Claudio placed the chair opposite end and hit Hook with a neutralizer on top of the chair upside down. Nice spot. Death Riders bailed. Joe and Shibata made the save with chairs as he was livid. Claudio in the crowd smirking at Joe as the deed was done. Joe got on the mic and screamed, "Death Riders are cowardly sons of bitches." Ops came to Baltimore to get into a fist fight, and the Death Riders are acting more like the Dick Riders than to come fight. Joe wants to make it simple. Ops, Death Riders, Trios Championship. Joe and Shibata help Hook up, and the Ops stand tall to close the show. You know, that'd be something if Pac didn't get injured. What are they going to do now? Is Moxley going to make it a free bird thing now?
I don't know. They can start figuring that shit out now, I guess.
It's the way the show went off the air. That was it. Collision. On Saturday, Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks. Athena versus Harley Cameron. Owen tournament matches. Anthony Bowens versus Ice Baby. FTR will cut a promo on what they did to Cope. And Brody King versus Konosuke Takeshita in the men's Owen Foundation tournament match. There you go, bro. That's what you got to look forward to.
Can't wait, man. This is what I do, bro. Collision time. I can't wait.
Check out the Hook while my DJ revolves it. Super chats.
Damn it, bro.
Thank you guys for a great stream. Appreciate you. If you enjoyed tonight's post show, I appreciate it. We had upwards towards 3,600 in here on probably more than that on a Wednesday night, and another. How many views do we got right now on X? We got 6,000 views on X. Thank you guys very much. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go follow Jesse at Chi-Town Smart. He's on social sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Go check out all the content on the channel. We were live on Monday for Raw. Tuesday night, Titans on Tuesday last night. Episode 90 with the Solid Monster. We're coming up on 100 episodes and the Solid Monster's 1-year anniversary on TNT.
That's amazing, man. Shout out to the Solid Monster, man.
Shout out to the Solid Monster.
And also, once again, thoughts and prayers to Kevin Castle, friends and family. You.
Yep.
The great one in the community, man. He will be missed.
Yep. Yeah. Kev passed away on Monday, and we are all waiting for the next steps there. But if you guys haven't heard the news, Kevin Castle of the Don Tony and Kevin Castle show. Kevin Castle passed away on Monday, 56 years old. And he was a great man. He was. The OG. The OGs they both were. Before anybody started doing podcasting, they were doing it. They are legitimately the godfathers of this shit. A lot of what you guys see today was born through them. So he left a lasting impression and will leave a lasting impression on everybody in the wake of his passing. And we wish that family and that community nothing but the best. Super chats. Let's get into your super chats. If you guys want to see Jose here in the studio, you guys know what to do. Let's get Jose, the assistant, here. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Good afternoon, JD, Jesse, OTS. How's everyone? Yeah. We're good, Michael. Thank you. Joey Taylor with a $12 super chat. JD, Jesse, the match that could be a sleeper match at WrestleMania, that could be a banger. Why did Tony and RJ think we want to see 3 Death Rider matches tonight? That's fucking crazy. I didn't even look at it that way. Yeah. It's unbelievable. We got 3 Death Rider matches. It's almost like he did it on purpose. You all hate the Death Riders. I'll give you 3 Death Rider matches.
I mean, what's the goal? I'll show you guys. You guys are not showing up to my shows. I will give you more of the stuff you don't want. Like what is the goal here?
I don't know. My Corona said Wheezy Blonde didn't like Kevin Castle, apparently. Why is that? I don't care what she liked or what she didn't like.
I mean, why does that matter right now? Who gives a shit? Maybe she didn't. I mean, but I'm pretty sure that she doesn't wish death upon him. What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. I don't know why My Corona. Why was that said? I don't know. Who cares? Hardy Punk with the 2. No sparkle in the Elite's eyes in promos. Dookie. No. Everything that they did was Dookie. Ali with a 5. What do you call a singer with a laptop on her head? Adele. Okay. That one didn't hit, Ali. By the way, Joey Taylor with your sleeper WrestleMania match. Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio. Boss Mo Jackson with the 199. I'm sick to death of Mox and the bum fighters. They suck. Yeah, they're awful. Nobody likes them. Richard Cohn, 15 in Super Chat. Hey, JD, I'm sorry to hear about your friend Kevin Castle. Rest in peace. And sorry you and Jesse had to sit for 5 hours to watch Sunday crap. I don't know why the young fucks helped Moxley. Yeah, me neither. I don't understand it. Richard Cohn also, he says, you and Jesse are the best. Me and my wife love you. I like watching every week, just not when you do AEW. And you are like a crazy bitch. LOL. I'm a crazy bitch, Richard? I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. I don't know. Glow J with a 5. Chris Jericho snapped. Feel bad for Cope. Where are they going with MJF and the Hurt Syndicate? I don't like the Death Riders. I think they're lame. There's just no point. No? No, it's like they book a different show every week. It's never consistent, and there's no continuity. Jay Everington with a 10. What is the obsession with Japan? It seems like many of the worst aspects of modern wrestling come from trying to replicate the Japanese wrestling scene of 15 years ago, despite it rarely translating. I don't know. Tony is a fucking mark. I don't know what you want me to tell you, Jay.
At the same time, a lot of the stuff you might like about pro wrestling originated in Japan.
Sure.
You know it. It's good and it's bad.
Also, Jay says, I hate the trading forearm spot everyone does in every match. It's completely nonsensical. How many MMA fights have you seen this happen in? I don't watch MMA, so I don't know.
And this is not MMA.
No, this is not. No.
How many Canadian destroyers have you seen in MMA?
Well, you know what also doesn't translate? MMA to pro wrestling. Just ask Marina Shafir and Ronda Rousey and Jessamine Duke. All of them.
CM Punk.
Well, no. CM Punk is not an MMA fighter.
No, he is not.
It just worked in reverse. Pro wrestling doesn't work at MMA, and that's what he found out. Tony Brown with a 5. I want Megan Bain's milk. Tony.
Okay.
Tony, you got. Listen, bro. You want any of that, bro? You got to go ask Joey Janela. Okay.
PG show, Tony Brown.
Yeah. D.W. Hurd with a 20. Since when did the young cucks have friends? All they do is feud with their friends. They don't feud with anybody else.
First, it's all friends wrestling, and then the cucks don't have friends.
Yeah.
The fuck, make up your fucking mind.
Also, the $400,000 is everyone's bonus for the whole year. Keep up the great work, everyone. We've got a long road until All in Texas. Yeah, yeah, we have to make it there first, bro. Jay Everington with a 2. He simply says, Dookie. The show was Dookie. Dom Joseph with a $4.99. Imagine if we're getting a 2019 Vince and today's Tony Khan. I'm sorry, but I'd be checked out. Bro, Tony Khan is turning into 2019 Vince. Dark Effect with a 20. Totally agree with yourself and Jason last night. If AEW wants to reunite Cope and Christian, they should do it as a heel team. All of Adam Copeland's best stuff was when he was a villain. His current run ain't it, man. No, it's not. He's boring as a babyface.
Yep.
I'm done seeing it. And Jesse and I have said it repeatedly. Christian should not deviate away from who he is now. Can you imagine Christian Cage turning babyface and becoming Smiley Christian doing the fucking the pose?
Yeah, the
10-second pose? Come on, man.
I hope whatever they do with them, I hope he does not. I hope it is a yin and the yang type deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Thank you, Dark Effect. David M., before we get to anything, I don't know how I missed this. YouTube is not... YouTube has been acting very, very just wrong lately. I didn't even get a notification for this. David M. with a 99.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. Question, the Young Bucks are back, but are they working with the Young Bucks?
Are they in cahoots with the Young Bucks?
The Young Bucks are back, but are they working with the Young Bucks?
Are they working?
I don't know. That's a good
More
question.
questions than answers.
I know. Thank you, David M. Prince Petey with a 2. My pops beat cancer, and I'm with the OTS fam. That is the best news that we've heard all night, brother.
There we go. Finally, some reasonable booking around here. Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck cancer.
Yes.
Hate that. Thank you, Prince Petey with the 2. Joey Taylor with a 2. Tony should have given the $400,000 to a charity. Yeah, he absolutely should have.
Giving it to me.
What's the situation with the 199? Tony pays attention when people say matches are bad. Yeah, and then he doubles down on those bad matches and just acts like a child because we got 3 Death Riders matches tonight.
Give it to us again.
Yeah.
Everybody hated the Cope Moxley match, and he gave it to us again the next night.
Gabriel Lozano with a 499. I only keep up on AEW from X. Watching the pop Swerve got tonight still boggles my mind. They didn't put the title on him. Braves are ass this year. By the way, they are. Fuck them. The pop that Swerve gets is great. The ratings say otherwise. He's not a draw. CM Punk fan with a $2 super chat. I only watch AEW so I can fall asleep. That's a good way to look at it. Michael Krause with a 2. I did it for The Rock. LOL. I did it for the Hangman. Devil Jinx with a 5. Bucks helping. Mox is sounding like if Simba came back to the Pride. Came back to Pride Rock and joined Scar as his right-hand man. Yeah.
That is such a good fucking analogy.
Yeah. No, but the sickos think this is long-term booking, so... Boss Top Riches with a $4.99. Death, taxes, Young Bucks coasting on feuds with Kenny and Hangman and FTR. Guaranteed we get heel FTR versus face Bucks soon. Probably. Now, you know what's going to happen? FTR is going to wrestle Cope and Christian, lose, and then you know who's going to beat Cope and Christian? The Young Bucks. And the FTR guys are going to be cucked out again. That's exactly what's going to happen. Desi DTV with the $9.99. How's it going, bros? Been so busy with work, but I had to come back and check in on the Kings of Wrestling podcast. Great to see you guys doing great. I miss the old days of AEW when they actually cared. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. JJ4202 with a $1.99. I'm new. Why doesn't Jesse review WWE with you, JD? Because I asked him to be here. I don't need him on Monday or Friday. He's got his own channel. You want to go follow Jesse for his wrestling opinion? You can go follow and subscribe to Jesse.
There you go. When I'm covering WWE stuff, please do.
Sidro with a $5 super chat. Do short people also start their stories like, when I was little? Or do they just say, as I am today? Hashtag some comedy for such a shit show AEW is. You know, Sidro, I don't know. It's a good question. I would say they probably go when I was little. Probably. Without thinking what they're saying.
When I was younger?
When I was younger? When I was little? As I am today? Michael Krause with it too. I did it for The Rock with a baby hammer. LOL. Sidro with a $2 super chat. Magic Johnson wasted the best porn name on B-Ball.
That's a good one.
He wasted the best porn name on B-Ball. Magic Johnson. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sidro got a winner. He
That is-
gets one every now and then.
That's you know what, Sidro? We're gonna give you a round of applause for that one. I like that one.
There we go.
Magic Johnson.
There you go. Although Eminem kind of touched on that in the song once. He said, I guess a sick prick dies hard. I'm a Magic Johnson.
Ollie Williams with the 199. Why does Jesse hate CM Punk?
I'll never tell. I'm going to keep it a secret from everyone.
There you go. I think you should do that.
You'll never find it in any content or any post, or I've never said it before publicly. I'm never going to tell.
Triple M. $5 super chat. Heresy ending made me sad and didn't want to see Oryx go. I thought they were going to bring back Oryx in a Taken version, honestly.
Fuck Oryx, man.
Had no internet, been busy, an exhausting week. I'll be on tomorrow. I'm going nowhere. I'll be here. Ricardo with a $9.99. Collision Quarter deserves whatever the YouTube equivalent is of an Emmy. Love it and love OTS. Thank you, brother.
I appreciate that.
Sidro. He's got 2 super chats here. He said one is a mess up. He says, edit, SmackDown April 18th, Raw April 21, SmackDown April 25th, SmackDown, Backlash May 9th, May 10th, Saturday night's main event, May 24th, SmackDown, May 30, SmackDown, June 6th, SmackDown, June 13th, SmackDown, June 20, SmackDown. John Cena's schedule. Oh, he's giving me John Cena's schedule. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's good. He's going to be on SmackDown on April 18th. I mean, being that they're going to be in Vegas already, so, I mean, that just makes sense. Captain Solo with a 5. Who has more get off my TV heat? The Death Riders or Charlotte Flair? That's a tough one. I actually might say Charlotte Flair.
What's the question?
Who has more get off my TV heat? Death Riders or Charlotte Flair? I think right now, probably Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah. And Michael Krause with a 2. What is the worst super chat you both remember? Oh, I don't know. That's a good.
Maybe Death Riders, because the Death Riders the Death Rider angle is holding up the whole main event scene in the whole company.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't go wrong with either one.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're getting out of here. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. We had, I think, upwards 3,800 in here. You guys are incredible. Thank you very much for all your support. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you go and check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Jesse's channel down below in the description. Make sure you guys go and check out the rest of the content here. Hit that thumbs up. And I will see you guys again live on Friday for the SmackDown Post Show right here on Off the Script. This show sucks. And like Kenny Omega said, man, nothing but Shih Tzu Dookie. I'll see you guys Friday.